Well, hello there. It's been a while, hasn't it? That Christmas to Carnival period is tricky, and I was busy contracting any virus that came my way. But I'm back now, and I promise to do better. Not to share better stuff, just to do it more often and regularly. So here we go. A few months ago, I shared with you some of the reasons why I might not be considered a true Trini. I focus mostly on the things that I do and don't eat, and the general consensus was that my Trini cred was definitely in danger. Well, I've thought about it some more, and there are some other traits that mark one as a Trini that I do not seem to possess. Well, for one thing, Trinis are the most confident people on the planet. Okay, some call it delusional, but I will stick with confident for the moment. Trinis think they could do anything as good or better than anybody else. Whether it's a job, or sports, or academics, or whining, the Trini response to someone excelling at something is always the same. That's something I could do that. I have friends who have shown me ads from the newspapers for jobs that they were going to apply for where they had none of the qualifications or experience listed. When I point that out, their answer is, so, I could do that job. The things in the ad are just a guideline. A guideline, they say, Now me, if I don't have everything that's listed, I am not applying. I know my limitations. Self-awareness is what it is, not cowardice, as I have sometimes been accused. Now, one of the reasons that they are so confident is that Trinis are really good at making stuff up. Now, I didn't say they lie, although if you said it, I wouldn't fight you about it. But they're really good at talking at length and confidently about things they know very little about. In fact, the less they know, the more they seem to have to say about a topic. Well, of course, on social media, knowing what you're talking about does not seem to be a requirement at all. Everyone is free to give advice, give reviews, give serious critiques about any topic under the sun. Have you worked there? Have you been there? Have you ever done or even seen that? What does that have to do with anything? They will tell you that that is their opinion. Well, you know what they say about opinions and who or what has them. Anyway, the stock response is, no, I wasn't there, or no, I never actually did it, but I'm big and I have sense, so I could figure it out. Well, first of all, saying you're big and have sense as though the two things always happen together is already going wrong. I can give you so many examples of big people who have no sense whatsoever. Anyway, as I was saying, Trinis are confident, and that confidence gets them through or out of many a tight spot. They can talk their way out of anything. My mother once bought a brand new appliance in Toronto on a visit, brought it home and told the customs officer without blinking an eye that it was an old one that my aunt had given to her. When you opened the bag, the thing was so shiny the officer had to squint to look at it. Madam, he said, this looks like a new appliance, So, I am being called a liar because my sister-in-law took good care of her things, my mother answered without missing a beat. She had the nerve to look insulted too. Meanwhile, my father and I are standing as far away from her as possible because one look at the two of us and the jig would be up for sure. Yes, it's my father, God rest his soul, that I inherited my inability to bluff my way through things from. I get nervous going through the green line in customs when I have not one damn thing to declare. If police stop me, I immediately expect them to find guns and ammo in my car, even though I have none. She dotes just like her father, my mother would say, with a shake of her head and pity in her voice. She gave up on both of us early on. Of late, though, I have been finding my voice when I feel there has been injustice done. Now, I'm not talking about going out on the road with a placard and thing, eh? But in shops and the like, if I think someone, usually me, is being treated unfairly, I speak up. Well, guess what? Trinis aren't about that either. They will grumble. If you get them vexed enough, they will cuss. But there's nothing in between. When I open my mouth and say, Miss, I think that lady joined the line from the side, or excuse me, sir, we have been waiting here for a long time. When do you intend to attend to us? Nobody backs me up. People look down at their shoes, and some of them even look at me aghast. What is she, boy? She looking to vex the man and make me stay here whole day? I tell you, I just cannot win. I remember once buying a pair of shoes in a sale in one of the local malls. The brand was well known, and these were not cheap shoes, even with the price reduced. I wore the shoe the next day, and by the afternoon, the sole of the shoe had left the rest of the shoe in search of greener pastures. Okay, yes, it was bought in a sale, but did you hear me say I purchased the shoe the day before? So I decided to take it back. I explained to the salesgirl what happened, and her first response was that I had probably removed the shoe from the back using my other foot, and that's why the sole came off. Now, my toenails aren't always in tip-top condition, but they aren't Swiss Army knives either. Was this lady crazy? Anyway, she went to the back to confer with her manager, and when she returned, she said, no replacement on shoes bought on sale. And that was the end of it. The manager refused to even come out and talk to me. I stood there complaining and threatening to picket the store, and all the while, other people were busy trying on and buying shoes. You cashing? They would ask as they nudged me out of the way. No one was put off by what had happened to me, and they certainly weren't going to be backing me up in any way. I went all the way with those shoes too. I wrote to Marcia Henville, God rest his soul, who at that time had a consumer awareness program on Guile. She read out my letter and urged the store to give me another pair of shoes. As if. So then I went to the Bureau of Standards, who took the shoes, kept them for over a year, then called me out of the blue one day and said they were not making any headway and the girl who was handling my case had left, so could I please come and collect my shoes? I told them to see if it fit anybody in the office. So you see, guys, when you add all that to the fact that I don't drink rum, I don't eat sauce, I really don't think My Lover is Nelson's best tune, or that Blue is Three Canal's best effort, I really am out of step with the true Trini. And I fear that it might be too late for me to get it together. I do possess some traits, though, that might allow me to squeeze in under the bar. But that is for another time. So thank you for listening. After all this time away, my granddaughter says I should sign off with, bye now, Nona fans. That's me. I'm her Nona. Be safe. And until next time, I'm just saying.